King Oil is a board game by Milton Bradley, created in 1974 and now long out of print. The game requires players to drill for oil on a three-dimensional board, acquiring property and wealth. The board is randomized, using 3 rotating discs, hidden inside the plastic frame of the game and containing varying hole locations. One player turns at least one of the discs before play begins. There are 1,728 permutations of oil wells. The rotating discs determine the depth of the wells that players will drill, with 4 possibilities: shallow depth, medium depth, deep depth, dry hole. At least 2 color schemes are used for the driller, using red, yellow, and blue, in either order. A player pays $2,000, $4,000, or $6,000 to drill each well, depending on depth. Before drilling, players must buy property. Pipelines can be bought once there are 4 producing oil wells on a property. The pipelines span into adjacent properties, enabling the pipeline owner to siphon royalties from the adjacent property owner every turn. This game mechanic accelerates bankruptcy of opposing players, keeping total playing time within reasonable limits. The goal of the game is to push all opponents into bankruptcy. The last remaining player is the winner. The game can also end if the bank runs out of money. In this case, the remaining players total up their assets and the player with the highest net worth is the winner. The game is played by 2 to 4 players. The game includes 1 playing surface, 1 oil well rig, driller, 84 derricks, 128 well caps, 24 tool sheds, 36 pipelines, 1 money pack, $1,000, $5,000, and $10,000, and 32 King Oil * turn cards. Wildcat cards. The 32 Wildcat cards come in 3 types: fire damage, oil depletion, and production. The distribution is as follows. 2 fire damage cards. The player must cap some of their wells depending on the total number of wells owned. 5 oil depletion cards. The player receives a $500 oil depletion allowance regardless of the number of wells owned. The player may drill 1 well and no property is available for purchase. 25 production cards. The card specifies 3 things: how much money is earned for each well owned: $500, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, or $4,000, how many wells the player is allowed to drill, ranging from 1 to 4, and finally, whether or not a property is available for purchase. 7 of the production cards have a property for sale. The following table shows the distribution of production cards. The parenthesized number indicates how many of the production cards of a given type have a property available for sale. Properties. The board has 18 properties ranging in price from $8,000 to $12,000. The price of a property is $1,000 per drilling site.